Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's adventure brings me into a section of Long Lake where one of the many Adirondack mysteries took place, the disappearance of Buttercup. So let's get on the water and I'll tell you about it. Follow along. So back in the early to mid 1800s, tourists were traveling to Long Lake, were brought in by mostly guides who made a living guiding and transporting these passengers. By the late 1800s, tourism was a booming economy up here in the Adirondacks, and Long Lake was one of those places. And those that had money took notice because they saw an opportunity to make even more money. So William Durant, the son of Thomas Durant, who owned the Adirondack Railroad Company, knew that these passengers coming from New York City and Albany were taking the railroad to places like Saratoga or North Creek. But he wanted a plan to get them even further. So they brought in steamboats to traverse the lakes like Fourth Lake, Racket Lake, Fork Lake, and they planned on adding Long Lake to that list. With hotels and businesses popping up in Long Lake during this time, the Durants devised a plan to put a steamboat on Long Lake. Now the guides who made their living guiding and transporting these tourists heard of this plan. They were not happy. They knew this plan would put them out of business. In 1886, William Durant attended a Long Lake town meeting to request permission to launch his steamship named the Buttercup on the lake. And at the urging of many guides such as Michael Sabattis, they denied his request. But William Durant ignored the town vote and brought the Buttercup to Long Lake anyways, and he launched his steamship on the Long Lake. For months, the guides watched in anger as the ship carried tourists up and down the lake. So the guides met one night and made a plan to sink the Buttercup. A few nights later, the plan was executed. Throughout the years, the disappearance of the Buttercup was a mystery. No one was ever prosecuted, and no one in the town ever talked when questioned. And after that, no steamships traveled the waters of Long Lake for many years. Those that live around here heard stories about the ship, but nobody ever knew what was the true or what was folklore. That's until 1959, when it was discovered just north of the old Sagamore Hotel shoreline. The Buttercup was found. The Buttercup was raised, and it was clear that an axe was used to sink the Buttercup. And I think this is the general area where the Buttercup was found. I'm not quite sure because we don't have the Sagamore Hotel anymore, but this is basically the center of Long Lake, a 14-mile long lake. So today, the Buttercup rests behind the Long Lake Town Hall right here. Not much, it's not very pretty now, but it once was a very nice boat. And I also learned that on the sign here, it says the same night that the guides blew up the sank the Buttercup, others blew up the dam 6 miles below the foot of Long Lake. 10 years before another steamboat appeared on the lake. So this is the famous Long Lake Buttercup. Pretty cool history here in the Adirondacks, and it's funny how the deceiving and underhanding stuff has gone on as long as man walked this earth. So now, let's go find my next adventure. Alright folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.